pinche puta hija de perra, chingas a tu puta verga madre, puta hija de la peste verga, que te pudres, cabrona, cúbrate. It'll be like that all day. Hey guys, welcome back to the Likely Not Dead podcast. I'm your host, Quasi, joined by my two rats, Lenny and Tobi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going?
Before we get into the topic today, remember to follow us on our website, likelynotdeadpodcast.com, where all our socials are linked. Now, for our topic today, we are talking about lechuzas. Do any of you know what or have ever encountered a lechuza? Before you respond, stay tuned for my experience with these bitches. But so you guys, have you ever experienced one? Know what they are?
Yes, I personally have not, but my mother has had some encounters with lechuzas, both in her dreams and in real life.
I've had some encounters with these fucking bitches all the time, but I'll tell you more later.
All right. Okay. So now for the people who are listening who don't know what lechuzas are, let me tell you. Lechuza is a Spanish word for a type of owl, which is typically a barn owl. A barn owl. My bad. I can't talk today. It comes from a popular Mexican myth from northern Mexico and Texas, which is weird because I think it's more known here in South Texas. Well, in my experience, it's more known here. Legend says a lechuza is a witch that has been exposed for practicing devil magic, aka brujeria, in which the town people weren't happy about it and they murdered her, right? So what happened was that the fucking witch came back to avenge herself and took revenge onto the townspeople by coming back as a big ass owl. Facts. Basically, she was around maybe 7 feet tall with 15 feet wingspan.
You saying the bitch played for the NBA?
No. I mean, the bitch had a fucking football. It's a football, basketball? Basketball. Maybe she'd be shooting the hoops. But yeah, this bitch is big. Allegedly. Basically, she was a shapeshifter. Since during the day, she was human. While at night, she would turn to that big ass owl, right? And everyone be like, how do you know she's a bruja, right? So, in that form, she would kill people. Obvio. They could climb. They can fly, and for the most part they like to perch on trees looking for their next meal. Once they find it, they will change their voice to sound like a baby crying. So if you ever hear a baby at night and you're like, oh my god, pobrecito.
So kind of like a skinwalker?
Base, like kind of like a skinwalker.
Or
Almost.
a wedding bow?
Yeah, or a Wendigo. Like where they mimic voices. All right, so there's gonna be some similarities between other different types of supernatural beings.
I have a question.
Correct.
Is a lechuza basically a Mexican version of a skinwalker?
I think so because lechuzas, as I also read, they also have it in Native American history as well as Spaniards. Like even American folklore has the lechuza known.
Man, I forgot my cutting argument with Toby right here.
Okay, well, when you come back to it, we'll come back to it. Okay, so basically they change their voice to lure people out and to take your ass, like Jeepers Creepers, bitch. Motherfucker out here sweeping bitches like Jeepers Creepers. So she can take full-grown men with her talons, her little patitas.
So she's a man-eater?
She's a man-eater and she works more. Yes, she's a man-eater for the most part. They could also screech like banshees. If you know what banshees are, they could screech, and they also whistle really annoyingly outside your window, outside your house, so you could come the fuck out, right? That's why they say don't whistle at night. I'm looking at you, Lenny, because you know what the fuck you're doing.
They could eat this ass.
That is the size of the valley.
Eat that valley's ass?
It's a precious treasure, so we don't want no one eating that ass, okay? If she's more like hangry, then she could attack people in their cars, right?
Yes, I would know.
Which is basically she would drive into the front of the windshield so you could drive off and like obviously like swerve and die so she could eat your ass.
Yes, I would know times two.
We know, bitch. We'll come back to you. Let's just Okay, and then there's this legend where they say if you shoot her, like if you shoot her dead, she doesn't die, you die, which is weird, right? Like, what the fuck does that mean? So that's another weird legend.
So the bitch using mirror force?
Oh yeah, dude, that bitch literally said, "Oh, you hurt me, jinx, bitch, it was you." Like, bitch, that's all she did. That's all she's doing. In other instances, she just appears in front of people, which for the most part indicates something more sinister. So my story kind of relates to that part, but we'll get into it more later. Let's learn a little bit more about the lechuzas putas. Okay, in case I lost you with all this information, let's do a recap, baby. The lechuza is a big ass owl, and sometimes they say they look like they have an old woman's face. So old people is a danger to society, mostly at night, because those old people sleep after 8 o'clock.
So I don't know if you'll get this, but you're describing a hag raven.
I looked up hag raven. I was looking at that and I was very triggered because the problem with supernatural beings is that for the most part they always have similarities between another being. So I'm not even like, the connection could be still there, to be honest.
Am I the only one in this room that doesn't know what the fuck a hag raven is?
Toby,
How the fuck can you not know what a hag raven is if you've played Skyrim?
The silence is killer here.
I don't
Do you
play
remember
that.
now?
I'm just gonna go back into my chair.
Okay, hag raven, bird bitch with the face of a person. Facts. That's basically it. And I guess it comes out of Skyrim. I didn't play that game, so I don't know. But I guess testimony here. Okay, so back to it. They also target children and for the most part drunk people, because drunk people can't run. They tripping. By mimicking wails of children or swooping down on cars, as I said before. Now you know what lurks in the dark. There are some methods people have used to protect themselves from them. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some protection facts, baby. Okay, there's one way. There's tying 7 knots on a rope and hanging it out on your front doors.
Lenny better take notes.
Bitch, she needs everything.
That's the last thing I'll do.
No, but she invites him, bro, for free.
She wants that company.
A bitch is lonely. The fuck.
Lonely bitch.
Plus, I like them old. You know.
Fuck. MILF.
2 words, Lenny. Big M.
Emotional damage.
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, I'm lost to it. But they're dying right now.
He just opened
A portal to
a
hell.
traumatic wound in my head. I've never felt so traumatized. My PTSD is kicking in, bitch.
Wow. Interesting. Someone's gonna tell me what that is after the end of this podcast, hopefully. Please, I don't wanna be left out. I don't wanna be alone. Okay. Going back to the protection, because okay. Big M bitch. I don't know what that means.
Don't ever repeat that in your life.
Big McDonald's, baby. Big McDonald's. Big McDonald's meal.
You're not making any
You
better.
wish it was Big McDonald's.
Okay, well, we're gonna come back to that because I'm gonna start crying because it's funny. Also, another thing is throwing salt and chili pepper into the lechuza face. But also, who got chili powder and salt ready to go?
Beyonce does.
Beyonce be like, let me Yas queen.
She got hot sauce in her bag.
Swag. But she needs chili powder. She don't need hot sauce. Anyway, reciting the Magnificat, the Christian prayer to the Virgin Mary. You can do that. If you ever remember. If you don't, I got another one for you.
I don't know what that is.
Me either. I had to look it up. I ain't gonna recite it either. Okay. Also, when you hear a lechuza, you must immediately cuss the bitch out. Cuss the bitch out. We good at cussing because I'm already cussing as it is. So if you see one, you know what to do. Pinche puta hija de perra, chingas a tu puta verga madre, puta hija de la peste verga, que te pudres cabrona, cúbrate. It'll be like that all day.
Make sure to beep all those out.
Hombre.
It's a good thing I put a language warning on the podcast because of Quasi over here.
I have no filter. Let's get it. Okay, so now that you know what they are, how to protect yourself, bitches, let's do some experience that was based by the Robstown police in the fall of 1975. This one's gonna be a trip. So basically, it was officers get phone calls of a monster bird. Calls said it was about 2 or 7 feet tall. Multiple calls said it had a woman's face, while others said it was a man's. Then some said it had human feet, and others said it had animal feet. Like, it was like a lot of bitches were calling a lot of different versions of what the fucking bird was, but in the end, it was the same thing. There's a big ass fucking animal flying around Robstown in the wooden area on the west of town that looked like a big ass bird, basically. And it was near Bosque Street and Rab Road. Right? After sightings were told in the valley, 2 police in San Benito saw the big ass bird, about 10 to 12 feet wingspan, flying over a lagoon. All right. So radio stations got very interested into, ooh, what the fuck is this big ass bird? And they offered $1,000 reward for anyone capturing the big ass fucking bird. Obviously, no one did. So there was a vato named Alverico Guajardo from Brownsville who heard a noise outside of his trailer home. And when he went to go check, he was met with a 4 feet tall bird with a long beak and eyes as big as silver dollars, allegedly. He then told reporters the animal is not from this world. And I was scared. I was so scared about the big bruja afuera de mi casa. In the end, this whole story, as it went from the valley, went back to the Robstown police, who had basically the last laugh, and invited a photographer to take the photo of the big ass bird, which allegedly they had captured, and they have it hanging in their police station, which turned out to be a big dummy. Yeah, it's a big dummy that a group of kids created. They hung it in a tree to scare people. And since they took that bird in, there hasn't been any sightings about the big ass bird. And that's basically it. It was just a myth created.
So it was fake.
Base.
Wow.
But then it makes you wonder, because Robstown is not that close to the valleys, to be honest. It's not close to San Benito.
Where the fuck is Robstown?
Robstown is up my ass. It's probably like an hour or 2 from here, going near like Corpus Christi. Upper ass. I'm probably wrong, actually. I didn't check where fucking Robstown is. I'm fucking lying. But I'll check later. I'll come back to you about that in maybe the next episode. Whatever. I just know it's not near the valley. Anyway, because Robstown is more up north. We're talking lower valley. San Benito is lower valley. Okay. So basically, it doesn't make sense because the bird was also seen in the valley, and the one of them was shown in front of someone's house, right? So obviously that motherfucker wasn't hanging from the tree, because the dummy.
It's sorry, excuse me. It's 2 hours and 43 minutes away from the valley.
I was fucking right. Like going to Corpus, bitch. Like going to Corpus. Going up. You going up. Anyway, yeah. So it doesn't count. It doesn't make sense because San Benito, the bird was there. It was at the house. This bird in Robstown was tied to a tree. It was hanging by a tree. So obviously, what the fuck is a bird gonna do all the way to San Benito? And also the height was wrong. It was different sizes, different wingspan. The one in San Benito was around 4 feet.
Don't we have large birds in the RGV?
We do have large ass birds. That's why I'm scared of birds. For the listeners who don't know, Quasi is very scared of birds. I go to South Padre and I am scared of the fucking seagulls. Like, I am traumatized.
Yeah, I always throw chips around her.
Yeah, she just causes more to my trauma. I go to the zoo and I see the fucking flamingos. I'm like, fuck. What if they jump? What if they jump and they come for me and they like try to eat my skull? You know, I go like full frontal, like I'm seeing shit. The birds in the fucking cage in the Brownsville Porter Zoo scares the living shit out of me. I'm just looking like, I'm just like, oh my god, why did they break the fucking fence? Why did they break it? They eat my fucking eyeballs. Like, birds don't even eat meat for the most part. Some of them. There are some like cannibal birds.
Vultures.
Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, they try to find like dead ones.
California raptures.
Okay, you don't gotta be
Lechuzas.
That's why I'm scared of fucking lechuzas. Facts. Okay, so now that you know for the most part. What lechuzas are. So I have met with multiple lechuzas. I told my mom one time that I saw a lechuza on top of a friend's house, and I told said friend, we're not friends anymore, because I don't know where they are. But I remember that I saw a lechuza in the at daylight, like at 5 in the afternoon, in the bus. And I told her as she was getting off the bus, I'm like, hey, there's a lechuza on top of your house. And she's like, oh, that's weird. Aren't owls like nocturnal? I'm like, yeah, they are. Isn't that weird? It was a big ass bird, and a week later her brother died. So she looked at me, she's like, do you think they have a connection? I'm like, I don't know, what did your mom say? She said that she didn't know there was a lechuza on top of the house. So there is a saying my grandma used to say, rest her soul, when a lechuza is on top of your house, it means disaster or death. Same as the myth about crows. Like, you have crows all over someone's houses because they know someone's gonna die in the house. Very sus. Anyway, but I met a lechuza outside my house. Ya saben.
I met a lot of lechuzas outside your fucking house.
Well, it's because you be whistling. That's what you get.
They're just always hanging around your fucking house.
It's because what I did. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I was doing, so for people who don't know, I'm gonna have to describe this for you. My laundry room is outside my house. Look, Lenny's giving me right now.
Don't start this shit, bro. Now I'm not gonna fucking go to your laundry room.
Alone?
Because you haven't told me this shit. Yeah, alone. Have you seen your fucking backyard?
Okay.
What the fuck are you doing like that?
Well, I'll go out with you this time. Just come earlier. Try your clothes. Okay. Scaring your ass right now. Right. Back to give me a second. Okay. Yes. So my laundry room is outside. This is before I had a room that connects to the laundry room. So one day I walked out of my house, not because I was angry, because I had clothes. It was around maybe 9 at night. I was 17 years old. I had a boyfriend, and he kept on calling me, and I put that bitch on mute. But I did have my phone. Afterwards, I was just doing my clothes, to be honest. Why are you guys dying? Stop, you're gonna make me laugh, pussy.
You heard it too, right?
I farted or what?
We just heard your little burp. That was your just like.
And I'm drinking fucking fruit punch, bitch. There's no caffeine in this bitch. So I had my phone with me. I went to do my clothes. The fuck is that? Fucking demon shit right there. Okay, I went to do my clothes. So as I told you before, lechuzas could mimic voices and stuff. I heard someone say my name, but it was my boyfriend's voice. I was like, what the fuck? Because I know I was talking to this motherfucker, and this motherfucker was in a party. So I didn't turn around because I ain't playing that game. I don't play that game. So I kept on going my clothes, but I realized that I had to go outside to go back inside my house. It was maybe like 20, 30 feet from... I have to do a whole roundabout. You know, you've been to my house. I was like, fuck. I'm going to have to run it. So I had my clothes, and as I was about to leave, I see this big ass owl. Its back is turned to me, and I see it. It's on my fence, my neighbor's fence, like perched. Just thinking about it gives me the goobies. Not the goobies. Yes. So it turned its head and had a face of a woman. I was like, oh shit. You would think I would cuss that bitch out. A bitch froze. A bitch froze. Because as I told you before, when I get scared, I become a deer in headlights. I stared at it, and it stared back at me, and it said, Quasi. And I was like, fuck. And it had the voice of my boyfriend, which is really cringe. And it just basically looked at me, and then something hit me, and I was just like, what do you want? And it just said, let me inside. I want to go inside. And I was like, yeah, no. And everything that I knew about fighting against lechuzas flew out the window because bitch froze. Afterwards, I talked to this lechuza for a good 5 minutes. I kept saying, no, you're not allowed here. This is not your house. This is my house, bitch. You don't pay these bills. go away. And then finally, like, some juice was coming inside me. I'm like, get the fuck out of my house. Fuck you. Fuck your raggedy ass face. Fuck your ugly ass wings. Fuck your nasty ass toes. Bitch, I went off. And I was just like, get the fuck out of my house. And it's like had this snore. Like, it is like, oh my god, my god. It gives me chorro. Just thinking about it gives me fucking chorro. It's like a nasty, like it's fucking regurgitating some shit.
Ay, ¿cómo la oye? Ya se cagó ahí.
So it did that shit, and it for some reason it looked at me and it says, "You're lucky. I can't have you." And I was like, "Bitch, get the fuck out of my house. Cunty ass, smell ass cheese, bitch, puta, hija de perra, estúpida bastarda, hija de puta, púdrete, vete a la verga, chúpame la pito." Like, I went off, bro. Like, for some reason that triggered my ass so hard.
I'm pretty sure that Lechuza was like so appalled by everything you were saying. Like its beak was just open like it.
The biggest. Bitch, what? This baby in a fucking MCR shirt, ripped jeans, my hair like
Fucking dirty ass.
with my
thing.
glasses fogging up, like, oh. From the trigger warnings that I've been giving it. And it finally flew. It flew away. It took me a minute. It took me a minute to realize I just talked to fucking Lechuga. I'm like, and I ran to my house, and my mom saw me, and she's like, ¿Qué pasa, mija? Estás bien pálida. And I told her, Mamá, hablé con un lechuza afuera de la casa. My grandma was still alive during this time. She heard me say that, and she ran. Like, I never seen my grandma run so fast. She went outside, and I don't know what the fuck she did. I don't know what the fuck she did, but I heard like outside in the fucking woods. Like, in back of my house, I have a neighbor, but there's a lot of trees in between. I just hear like a nasty ass fucking screech, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck she was saying. I don't know what the fuck she said, but I heard like Santo Cristo, hijo de padre, like fucking like fast verse, bitch. And the man was quaking. And the man was quaking by how fast the bitch was rapping.
Who was quaking?
And the and the
Who the fuck is that?
Eminem. I can't say his name. Some shady, baby. That's all I'm gonna say now. You're bullying me on my own show.
Oh my god, shut the fuck
Bully
up. Stop being a little bitch. Your grandma was fucking doing what's it called? Exorcism on somebody.
No, basically what she told me is that she'd said the Magnificent backwards, bitch. Like, have you? No. Exactly. When you hear that shit, that shit's fire. But yeah, my grandma did that.
Beat your rap battle in the backyard.
Say it.
I don't know fucking. What of me? I don't know. Didn't you hear me in the beginning when I said I don't even know that shit? So my grandma did it, and she was just like, like that's all I fucking heard. And I was just like, look at my grandma, like, my grandma out here working it. And then she came back home. She came to my house, and she was just like, te vamos a barrer del susto. And yeah, that's basically it. I met that bitch. I've met multiple other ones, but I didn't give a fuck about them. The other ones it's just I can't say her name's house, but her house. She has a lot of them in her house. I don't know. What do I call her?
Me try to put the pieces together.
You the one who lives.
Yes,
you know.
I know
Okay,
who
yeah. I had to whisper the name right now to Toby because he was so confused.
You fucking said it hella loud.
Cut it out, pussy. We don't talk anymore. We don't love anymore. Like we used to do. Anyway, so yeah, in her house for the most part, that's where I saw most of them. Oh my god, and I would tell her like, shit, there's one outside your house, and she's like, just ignore it, just ignore it, just ignore it. And I would whistle, ooh, papa. And I'm like, why the fuck are they always here? And she would always tell me, my neighbor. I don't know what they're doing. And last time I saw them, when I was invited to the house, they were on robes. Her neighbors, I don't know if they ever told you, but they were on robes. Black robes with just a fire, like a pit of fire in the middle. It was when we were doing like our movie nights, and I stayed longer because I lived the closest, right? And my mom was like, "Oh, I'm gonna pick you up a little later." And I went outside with her, and then I was like, "What's with all these, big ass bitch ass Lechuzas?" Bro, they were surrounding this group of people, and I was just like, "I gotta go home." I told my mom, "You better come fast. You better come fast." Even though her house is like literally not even like a street across from mine. And yeah, that's basically my battle with the Lechuza. Anyone else wanna give out their intel? Tobi, Lenny, ¿cuál es primero? Tobi.
All right, so I'll share my mother's experience. The one I remember pretty well was the one she said that she saw a lechuza, but in her dream.
I'm gonna tell you something. I have those dreams. I'll explain it later, but you go first. I need to hear this.
All right, so we were visiting my grandmother who was alive at the time. She has small house in small little pueblo in Mexico called Cavazos, and it's like a big house. Like my mom grew up with like 12 to 13 siblings, including her. So we were visiting and we stayed the night there. And this is like a small house. It's not big, but it's like decent sized. It has like 2 rooms, a living room, a little kitchen and dining room set. So I was playing with my cousins, and then I went to my mom because I don't know what the fuck I wanted. And I just heard her telling my aunt that she had a dream that she was sitting exactly where she was sitting outside of the house, and where she was facing, there's like a little fence there, like a good 10-20 feet away. And it's not like the regular fences, it's like those rancho fences where it's like palos and then like those big ass squares. So she said that in her dream she saw a row of birds, and in between them in the middle was an owl. But the owl was like growing slowly, and it was telling her something. So I don't remember what the hell it was telling her, but she said that as soon as she woke up, and I remember that she took us to some curandero. They used to live in like a good 2-3 hours from this area, actually, in Rio Grande City. He's no longer there. I don't know if he's alive. So she went and she did the whole huevo with the limon and ajo and no sé qué. Once they're, they break the egg and say what's up. So apparently all 3 of us, it was my mom, me, and my aunt. Oh, and my cousin as well. She, like, all the eggs were like, you have like a lot of people are trying to like get shit to go bad for you guys, because there was like what he called, there's like agujas in every single one of them. Like each of us had 3 to 4 of them per egg. And from what I remember, that was bad. So she was lucky. She was like, thank God I brought you guys también, because to protect us, sé qué. Then, and before we went, I had actually gotten hurt like really bad on my leg, because I was playing in the street or some shit. I had tripped and I fell, but on the road, and I slid on my knees. So both my knees had like big ass gashes, and like it hurt like a bitch. And the wounds I had, like it was like chunks of skin that were dying. So I had to like literally cut off my dead skin so I wouldn't get an infection. Lenny, it is your turn.
Wait, but what does any of that have to do with the lechuza?
So it has to do with it because my mom saw it in a dream, and where she grew up in her area, it says that if you see it in the dream, something bad is coming towards you or your family. So it's kind of like a warning type thing.
I completely missed the first part. Shut up! Don't no.
She was taking selfies. She was literally taking selfies. I'm looking at her.
You can see all my Instagram.
You mean the podcast Instagram?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Basically,
You're on.
I don't hear your. Anyway,
You gotta deal with the
stupid ass. Anyway, so I've heard about that. So as I said, if you were listening to my little infomercial about Lechuzas, I said if you see one, they
don't ever fucking talk in that tone again. Yes, I heard your information.
Okay. Well, I also said that when you see a lechuza, it indicates something more sinister. So they're supposed to be used for warnings. I've had lechuzas talk to me in my dreams, and it was I only had it one time, but I ain't gonna get into it right now because I want to hear Lenny's story because I already know it's gonna be out.
Well, one time, it was outside Quasi's house. I was just leaving. I'm pretty sure it was late at night. Don't know what time it was, but I know it was late. We started hearing what?
I need to put my 2 cents. I just want to put my 2 cents in here. When this happened, we were watching scary videos about brujas caught on tape. Facts. And she left around like 2 in the morning. Because I remember when as I was taking her out, I was like, you better not be whistling, bitch. She's like, hey. And then I closed the gate. I was like, you're on your own, bitch. And then the moment I went home, back to my house, I remember just getting the text, man, you are with it. Like, she'll get into it. You'll see.
Anyways, I don't remember what time it was, but yes, I left really late. We did watch that video about the brujas being caught on tape and all that stuff. There was, we heard whistling outside of her house before I left. She told me not to, but I did it anyways. So I whistled back, and I was like, yeah, no, nothing's happening, blah, blah, blah. I fucking left, bro. The moment I left her street, I already knew there was some shit on to me. At that time, I was living in Donna. So basically, Donna right now, it's barely like populating over there. So it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I was driving that road, and all of a sudden I hear like hitting on top of my roof of the car. I was like, what the fuck? Whatever, right? Then I kept hearing the whistle, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I know what it is. Bro, tell me why a fucking Lechuza almost hit my fucking windshield, bro. Like, literally head on, white as fuck. I was like hella scared. I called this bitch, and I was like, dude, like, what the fuck? She's like, I fucking told you. I know you told me, but it's not gonna stop me from fucking whistling at them. Like, obviously it wasn't the last time I did it. But yeah, that's one of the stories. Me leaving Quasi's fucking Lechuza infested house.
This was when you were in Donna, right?
Yes.
So I remember that one time we hung out like in the middle of the night for some reason, and I was the one driving us, and I was driving to drop you off in Donna, and like a fucking fog just came out of nowhere. Was that around the same time? Because after I dropped you off and I was heading back, I was passing through the foggy area again, and I saw like a big ass bird just fly. And it wasn't white like the one you saw, but it was like big and fucking humongous. I was like, this bitch hunted me. She included me in her fucking bullshit. Pinche Lechuzas up in this bitch now.
Yes, it actually was around that time. Do you remember the other time that we saw it?
Oh.
Do you remember? You can say.
Okay. Let me just confirm. We're talking about when we were going to the gym, right? Yes. Okay. So.
Wait, this happened this year?
Yes, dude. You didn't see it because you were in the back seat. But Baby Girl Jones, Quasi Bodo.
Was this on Wisconsin?
Yes, bitch.
I saw the fucking owl too.
Okay, we all saw
Yeah.
it. Okay. Let me breathe. Quasimodo. So basically, we're going to see. We're preparing for EDC, Las Vegas 2022, and we decided really last minute we need to get fit to look hot in these like skimpy ass clothes.
That lasted about a month because I hurt my back and I couldn't walk.
Yeah, and Tobi, for the most part, is our motivation to do anything, as you can tell by this podcast. So we all gave up.
I know my back's been killing me from carrying this podcast,
and it was hurting when you were carrying us to do the fucking exercise. Okay, so
dead ass. At least Quasi couldn't walk the following day. We did legs, and Lenny was dying full body.
We tried our best sometimes. My mom is trying to make me go back to it.
It was great.
Honestly, I was proud of you guys for like sticking to it for as long as you did.
Thank you. My mom is forcing me to go back into it, and I will try.
I mean, come here. I have weights. I got some equipment.
I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna go with David. Not me. It's because I am paying for the membership, and my mom wants me to use it.
Still, I thought you canceled that shit
I have
already.
to talk to the people, and I can't do it.
Can you get the paper
No,
online?
she has to go in person get it. I can't get it for her.
It's a bunch of bullshit, and I can't fucking deal with it. Anyway, we're off topic. So basically, we're going down Wisconsin because we meet up at my house and we jumped into Lenny's car. So as we were driving down Wisconsin, there's some streets that's fucking dark as fuck, and that's where people speed. The need for speed is right there. So as we were going, we were just passing the neighborhood before EHS, and I just hear Lenny go,
Before the high school?
Yeah, before high school. And I hear Lenny go, "What the fuck is that?" And then let me note this. I was looking at her, and then I saw something in the corner of my eye, and I turned, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?"
Dude, I was like, did you fucking see that? Please tell me you fucking saw it. I can't be the only one.
Yes, there was this fucking. It wasn't what I saw it from for where I saw it. I saw it on the ground, which was weird as fuck. Why the fuck is a fucking owl on the ground?
Yeah, it was on a ground on the palm tree thing that was like in the middle of the road.
Yeah, and it literally stood still. Like, it didn't, like, nothing. Like, it was just staring at us. Like, just waiting. It's like, what the fuck? You know, that shit was creepy as hell.
Yes, and I was like, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? And then in my head, I was like, fucking puta hija de perra, chinga su puta verga madre, puta.
Bitch, in your head, we need you to say it. Like,
I know, but I couldn't.
I
wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Okay, hit me out of my pussy, bro. Like, honestly, we passed that, and I was just like, we ain't looking back. Keep going. The deity, the god, Lucifer, whoever it was, made the fucking light on Wisconsin or Raul Longoria fucking green for us to fucking turn. That's the sign, okay? That was our sign to get the fuck out of there. It was weird, and then I remember turning to Tobi, because Tobi was like, what the fuck? Because me and Lenny were freaking out on the front, because I was in the passenger seat, she was obviously driving, and Tobi was in the back seat. So I'm like, he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what is going on? And I'm like, did you see it? And I'm like, fucking Nick, did you see it? I don't have a lot of gas today.
Did you hear it?
Did you hear it? It was pure high C fruit punch. Anyway, yeah, I looked at Tobi. I was like, did you see it? What the fuck? And he was just like, what the fuck? You mean the owl? I'm like, yeah, the owl. What the fuck? Why are you so calm about it? Pinche Lechuzas fucking chilling on the fucking side of the road. We should have run his ass over.
Okay. Real question is, did we see the same owl?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
We never talked about this. But continue.
It was brown. Okay.
The one I saw was brown.
All right, just Quasi.
Mine was brown. It looked dark. It looked black to me a little bit because of the shadow that was hitting it, but it was brown.
It was brown. It was brown because I saw the light hit it from my angle, and it was full blown, and it was just there, staring at us from far away. Like it was right here, right, and we were like right there. So it was like preview, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I was like, we got a little bit closer. I was like, "Is that a fucking owl?" Like, you know. That shit scared me, bro. And it didn't move. It didn't flinch. Nothing. It just turned its head towards us. That's all.
Do you guys remember what happened afterwards?
You guys died at the gym?
Remember how some bad shit happened to us after we saw that fucking owl? I don't know. Mine was my car fucking breaking down.
Oh, yeah, your transmission.
Yeah, my transmission just gave out right after I saw that fucking owl. And I told Lenny, I was like, this fucking owl brought disaster to my car. And for her, I believe it was something with her job. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was something. She was just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, she lost money or something like that.
Bro, for me, my partner, my DoorDash account got cut. It got deactivated like right after that también.
Actually, yeah, my Uber Eats account got deactivated as well for no fucking reason. I had just done the delivery like right off the bat. I was like, what the fuck? That was random.
So, fuck that owl, bitch. See you in the streets again. I'll run your ass this time, bitch. I got full coverage.
Nah, but when we passed it, it was no longer there. And we didn't even see it fly. You know, it just kind of disappeared into fucking nothing, dude.
Yes, that's true, because I remember we were passing screaming. I looked at the rearview mirror. There was nothing there. There was nothing fucking there. Like, at least maybe like the movement, because it went fast in our heads looking at it, but me turning was quicker, bitch. I was a flash.
To me, it didn't go fast. It was actually pretty slow because of the fact that I'm a curious bitch and I always fucking, you know, Lechuzas. So for me, time was going slow, but I didn't see it fly away. That's for sure. I didn't see it fly away. I didn't see it run anywhere. Like, it's just kind of like disappeared.
Yeah, I remember looking back, and I was in the back seat, so I had like the fucking back window to look through. I looked and I didn't see shit. Like, this was like a second after we passed it. Like, when you guys were screaming, I'm like, what the fuck? So I looked back, I didn't see shit. There was nothing. Just the fucking palma thing.
Pinche cagao, pinche puto, hijo de perra, pinche animal.
Man, that was it was funny though because because when I saw it, I was like, man, I know this bitch is gonna yell. I'm like, bitch, did you see that? Ah, yeah, that's it.
No, and then another side note, when we go to the gym, it's late at night. So I heard the lechuza already, like when I was going into Lenny's car, but I was like, I hope this bitch doesn't even try. I hope this bitch doesn't try. But I don't know if she did, or maybe they already caught her ass on 4K.
So the lechuzas that are hanging around your house are actually white. I've never seen a brown one around your house. So that one came out of fucking nowhere, for sure. And for all of us to see it at the same time, and all fucking go through that shit at the same time, somebody sent that shit to us.
Pinche Final Destination.
We all know Rhino was trying to get us. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because a lot of shit happened afterwards. I wouldn't doubt it.
Quasi, we did not speak of that.
Que me lo pelan. Que me lo pelan, cabrones.
Watch out, she'll show up on your street again.
I got 911. I got my dog. I have freedom.
Don't even pop the way she posted out that day. Bitch was
Yes. Anyway, I was gonna. Okay, let me mention the lechuza that I saw in my dream. Pinche way. So lechuzas in my dream only happened once, and I got so fucking triggered. I had to Google it just to make sure I wasn't fucking like fucked up. So it was weird. My dream was I still remember it. I don't know why I still remember it. But I was in a party. Lenny was there. The Rhino was there.
Talking about that dark past.
No, like on God, like this is what it was. Tobi was there and Tobi's partner was there. We were in a party. We're in the backyard, and then I hear like a lot of wind from behind me, and I turn, and this. Imagine. I wish. Those cheeks, fucking thunder. Hurricane Katrina. Yeah, so I hear wind, and I turn, and there was a brown owl that flew, and then I had a white owl come from like a little. So then somehow the view changed, and I'm in my cousin's house. The cousin I was in the party right now. You've never been there. Lenny picked me up from there one time. The one in like San Juan. Yeah, in the back she's also like my mom. She has the laundry room outside. It came out from there, but here's the creepy part. The fucking owl, the brown owl, comes in front of me, and it just tells me, they're going to hurt you. They're going to kill you. They're going to stab you in the back. And then the white owl says, you need to make sure that the decision that you make today is not the one. It's the correct one. And I was like, what the I was scared out of my wits. For some reason, I was scared of the brown owl more than I was with the white owl.
Okay, so I never told you this, but the brown owl actually comes from over there. Comes from their house.
Wait.
Yeah,
why haven't you never told me this? Why am I just learning about it right now?
Because it's just hitting me right now that's
emotional damage. Yo, you fucked up. What the fuck? What?
So I have a question for you, Quasi. You said you saw this in a dream, the white owl, brown owl. You said that, I don't know if you want, if it's okay for me to say this, but you said that your grandmother did like the thing for protect you. What are the odds that it's your grandmother like looking after you in your dream?
My grandma was still alive during this time. So but I'm gonna tell you, I have two grandmas. Both of my grandmas are brujas. On my father's side, she was she was a white witch kind of, but she still did dark magic. So I wouldn't doubt it if it was her as the white owl, because white owls don't scare me that much. That brown owl, I don't know what the fuck. And the thing is that it turned into a man. Like before, like to finish the story is that the owl grew into a man I've never seen in my life.
Okay, so what if that was your guardian spirit?
Well, the brown one turned into the man, so it wasn't the white one. The white one never turned. But he turned, and that's why he started saying, we're gonna stab you in the back, we're gonna hurt you, we're gonna make you hey. And I was like, what the fuck? And I started cussing it out. I was like, fuck you, fuck your mama, eat ass, eat these fucking fungus toes that I have right now. Like, you know, everything that came out of the fucking dictionary of fuck yous, I got him. And I gave it to him. And then this white owl said, just wake up right now. Just wake up. And I woke the fuck up, trembling. And I threw up. Like, that's how, like, this dream fucked me up. And then I told my mama. My mama was like, here we go. And I took my grandma. We called my grandma. My grandma did another limpieza. The egg came out red. And it had a dark pupil on the eye.
God damn.
Yeah, so they said whatever I saw gave me el mal de ojo, pero de la verga. So my grandma was like, you need a... So I had to do 3 limpiezas at a certain amount of times, a certain hour. I did they made me drink some ugly ass tea. Tastes like shit, but I drank it. And I never dreamt of that owl again. Thank fuck. But yeah. So yeah, so that white owl, wherever it is, woke my ass up. So blessed be that fucking owl. Only that one. The other one, fuck you. But yeah, that's time to say all. All right, we've talked too much about that Lechuzas. The Lechuzas is a good section for us. But let's end this bitch. Thank you if you're still listening to this long ass fucking podcast. My name is Quasi. I gave you all the big shit about Lechuzas. I was here joined with my 2 rats. I got Tobi with his mama story, and then we got Lenny with fucking playing with fire over here. Always trying to get the Lechuza to come for her ass because she's lonely. Mr. Lonely. And we're gonna end this episode for today. Remember to follow us on our socials at Likely Not Dead podcast. That's our. We also have a website called likelynotdeadpodcast.com where our socials are joined. If you want to leave a comment, this video will be uploaded on YouTube. Please take a like, subscribe, put a comment. You want to question me, you think I'm faking it, fucking at me, baby. I want to see that shit. But I won't do lie detectors because I have anxiety, so I'm always going to be saying like I'm lying because a bitch can't control her heart.
Stop flirting with the listeners.
If they want to play, you can play. But I ain't giving you my social. So just talk to us through our socials. We got TikTok, we got Facebook, we got Instagram, we got everything. We got Twitter, we got Reddit. Thank you. See you till next time. Bye.